Hi everybody, this is 9.4 day 2. This is a review video. If I were you guys, I would pause it right now, do them all, and then check them all. Don't just sit and copy me doing it. You should be able to do these yourself. But when you're ready to check, here you go. So number 1, remember the big thing on solving by square roots is you have to isolate the squared term first. It's got to be something squared equals a number. So on number 1, we got to divide by 3 first. So if you divide by 3, you get x squared equals 36. And then remember, to solve an x squared equals a number, we square root both sides. And don't forget the plus or minus. You get 2 answers. The square root of 36 is 6. And that's it. All right, number 2. Number 2 is already isolated. So if x squared equals a number, we can jump straight to square rooting both sides. And that gives us x equals, don't forget plus or minus. And the square root of 90, we will just type in the calculator. Square root of 90, rounded to the nearest hundredth, is 9.49. And since we're rounding, we'll say about. All right, carrying on. Number 3, isolate first. So in this one, we have to subtract 5 first. And you get 2x squared equals 36. We're still not isolated, so then divide by 2, and you'll get x squared equals 18. Okay, now we're isolated. If x squared equals a number, we square root both sides, and then we type it in the calculator. X equals, don't forget plus or minus, the square root of 18 is 4.24, and since we're rounding, we will get that. Okay, number 4, isolate first. First step, we're going to have to add the 12 to the other side. We get negative x squared equals negative 75. I know it seems like we are, but we're not isolated yet because there's really a negative 1 here. So you're going to have to divide by negative 1. And then you get x squared equals 75. And now, to solve x squared equals a number, we square root both sides. And x is going to be plus or minus. Don't forget plus or minus. The square root of 75 is 8.66. And since we're approximating, we will put that symbol. Okay, 5 and 6. Remember in this one we said do not distribute. You cannot distribute into a parentheses squared. So we have to undo that 2 right away by dividing by 2. I need a new color. So divide by 2. Undo that 2 by dividing right away. Gone. And now we're at x minus 3 squared equals 4. Okay, so now we're isolated. Something squared equals a number. So we square root, and we're left with x minus 3 equals, so what is the square root of 4? It's plus or minus 2. Don't forget that plus or minus. And now, to get x alone, we just have to add 3 to both sides. Okay, so here's our 2 answers. We have to do positive 2 plus 3, and then we have to do negative 2 plus 3, right? We're going to have 2 answers. So let's do the positive version first. Positive 2 plus 3 is 5. But then let's do the negative. What's negative 2 plus 3? Negative 2 plus 3 is 1. So there's your two answers, 5 and 1. And last problem, number 6. Same idea. You cannot distribute. So to undo that negative 3, we have to divide. Just get it out of there so we can be isolated. So this one isolated is x plus 2 squared equals 6. Okay, so when you have something squared equals a number, we square root both sides. And we're left with x plus 2 equals, don't forget plus or minus. And then let's see what the square root of 6 is. The square root of 6 is 2.45. All right, so to finish it off, to get x alone, we just have to subtract 2. And let's see what we get. All right, two answers. We're going to have to do positive 2.45 minus 2. So 2.45 minus 2 is just 0.45. But then we also have to do negative 2.45 minus 2. So negative 2.45 minus 2 is negative 4.45. So those are your two answers. Okay, I hope you guys did okay. Thanks for watching the review.